I am Dr. N.J. Krishna Prasad, Department of Industrial Engineering and Management, PIT Bangalore. Today, I will going to explain the inversions of double slider crank chain, intermittent motion mechanism. Some of the examples I took in the intermittent motion mechanism, they are Geneva mechanism and ratchet and Paul mechanism. And also I'll going to explain toggle mechanism. In addition to this, I will explain straight line motion mechanism. One, I took it actually exact straight line motion mechanism. Peculiar mechanism is an example for exact straight line motion mechanism. Roberts mechanism is an example for approximate straight line motion mechanism. So in the class, already in the earlier classes, I explained a inversion of double slider crank chain. There are three inversions are there for the double slider crank chain. Those are elliptical trammel, Scotch yoke mechanism, and Oldham's coupling. So during the college hours, I completed a elliptical trammel. The elliptical trammel is a device which is used to draw the ellipse. Next, second inversion is Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism is an inversion of double slider crank chain. It has two turning pair and two sliding pairs. So here, the Scotch yoke mechanism consists of four links. One, I consider it for the frame that is fixed. Two is for the crank. Three is for the slider. And fourth is for the frame what we take it here. When the crank 2 rotates continuously, the link 4 reciprocates. So animated figure here shown here, when the crank it rotates continuously, the slider 3 it reciprocates vertically, whereas the frame that is continuously it moves in the horizontal direction. So here to convert a rotary motion into a reciprocating motion, Scotch yoke mechanisms are used. And next I move on to next inversion of double slider crank chain, that is Oldham's coupling. Oldham's coupling is used to connect the two parallel shafts which are small distance apart and parallel to each other. Oldham's coupling is mainly consists of two flanges and one intermediate piece. Flange 1 and 3 is rigidly fixed to the driving and driven shaft. The slot is made in the flange 1 and 2 diametrically, it's shown here and here. And in the intermediate piece, tongues are made. So those are actually, it is perpendicular to each other. This intermediate piece is fixed to the flanges. In turn, the flanges are rigidly fixed to the driving and driven shaft. So when the driving is rotate with one particular speed, driven member is also rotate in the same speed. Next, we'll move on to an intermittent motion mechanism. The intermittent motion mechanism is used to convert a continuous motion into a pre-required motion. Where here, if you take this Geneva example for intermittent motion mechanisms, or Geneva wheel mechanism, or ratchet and Paul mechanism. So here I mentioned actually, and I written a two-dimensional orthographic projection. We have a driving plate, we have a driven plate, we have a locking plate. So here the three-dimensional object of the Geneva wheel mechanism for the different positions, it is shown here. So here driving shaft, here this one, it is continuously, it rotates, and whereas driven plate, it is revolved by 1/4 of the revolution. Meaning of that is, for continuous rotation of the driving, the driven member is revolved by 1/4. So this figure and this figure, it shows the different positions when driving member is rotated continuously. The orthographic projection shown here of the Geneva wheel mechanism is shown here. So this is a driving plate. This is the driven plate. Driving plate is rotated continuously. This projection, it enters tangentially and leaves, so that for one revolution, this is revolved by 1/4 of the revolution. When index is not required during that period, locking plate, it is provided here, it fixed it so that driving and driven member will not be rotated. And next, actually, it is ratchet and pole mechanism. Ratchet and pole mechanism consists of ratchet wheel, pole, and one more pole we provide also. I'll show in the next case. See here, this is the intermittent motion mechanism. In this ratchet lever, it is continuously it oscillates. During continuous oscillation, the ratchet is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. When it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, this wheel is rotated in the anti-clockwise direction. When it is moved in the clockwise, it is moving back. It will not be affected to the tooth. Like that they are made. When this ratchet lever, it is continuously, it is oscillate. The ratchet wheel is rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. This ratchet and pole mechanism is an example of intermittent motion mechanism used in feed mechanisms, or it is also used in case of the lifting jocks. Next, we are move on to a toggle mechanism. Toggle mechanism is used for the stone crushers. Here, for small application of the force, large resistance will be made so that it is possible to crush the stone properly. In this type of mechanism, link 4 and 5 are equal, and the crank to it continuously rotates. When the force is resolved, you'll get the equation tan alpha is equal to F/2 divided by P. So if you rearrange the the values, you'll get like this. Meaning of that is, when it is continuously rotate, the alpha it is reducing. When it is reduced to the value 0, the value of P is infinity. So that for the value of small amount of P, the resistance is more, so that it is helpful for stone crushing and also in case of embossing. we have used this type of mechanism. Next, we move on to straight line motion mechanism. In the straight line motion mechanism, for the syllabus, we have Peculiar mechanism and Roberts mechanism. And thus, I take actually a Peculiar mechanism. The Peculiar mechanism is one which is used to draw the exact straight line. So here, in this, the O1A, it rotates continuously. When the O1A, it rotates continuously, the point C, it draws the exact straight line. Here, the link O1, O1A are equal, whereas OB and OD are equal. The length of the link, it is AB, BC, CD, DA are equal. And if you have joined BD and if you join AC, it exactly that is bisected. Yet to prove how the Peculiar mechanism is draws exactly a straight line. To this, we're going to take a triangle OBR. We take this triangle. In this, actually, apply the Pythagoras theorem. So it is possible OB squared is equal to OR squared plus BR squared. And take actually it is BRC. Apply the Pythagoras theorem and write actually the equation. From the equation 1 and 2, so it is possible to write it OB squared minus BC squared. So this value minus of BR squared minus RC squared. So it is in the form of A squared minus B squared. A squared minus B squared, in the sense it is A plus B into A minus B. For this equation is possible to write it OR plus RC into OR minus RC. OR plus RC is nothing but it is OC. OR minus RC is OA. So here OB and BC are constant. Product remains constant. The product of OC and OA remains constant. Hence, the point C is exactly draws the straight line. Next, I move on to the last topic, Roberts mechanism. Roberts mechanism is used to draw an approximate straight line. And this, in the mean position of the Roberts mechanism, it is in the form of trapezium. And the link OA, O1B are equal. And AB, we should take it approximately half of O1 we should take and join at this point. The bar AB is connected to the end of this link and this link. And at the midpoint of AB, another bar is fixed at point P. So here this bar PQ is exactly, it is welded to the AB at midpoint. For the small displacement of the Roberts mechanism, the point Q traces approximately a straight line. So these are the different mechanisms which is required for this syllabus of industrial engineering management. This module is completed. If any doubts are there, please anytime during the working hours, you call me. Thank you one and all.